Hey graphic designers, how's it going? Erica Fecco here. It is week 2 assignment time. I just want to give you a quick demo so you know what to expect and what is needed of you in the assignment. This is going to be all about the pen tool and the pencil tool and the curvature tool. These are the main tools that you're going to be using all the time in Illustrator. So take this time to really work on understanding them and being able to use them. And that's basically what this assignment is all about. So you here will download this file and open it up into Illustrator. Let's go there now. So here you'll see it has 3 artboards already on here for you, and you're simply going to be following directions throughout each page. This page says to use the pencil tool. Make sure that you guys watch the course videos to be able to get a full in-depth understanding of how to use these tools. So I'm just going to step through what is expected. Basically, we're just going to just draw along the lines. Not looking for anything perfect here, guys. Just do what you can. Doesn't have to be right on. It's all about being able to practice to learn how to draw with your mouse. Feel free to use a mouse pad if you like, or just your mouse, whatever you're more comfortable with. And we're just going to be doing the outline of this guy too. And just copying over it. Some lines are a little bit easier than others. And we're really just practicing. You don't have to go fast. Take your time with it. Go at your own pace. And it's all about practicing, being able to, ooh, I was way off on that one. Really just practicing using it and identifying how it moves. Almost done with this guy. There, now it's complete. Don't forget the eyeball and his little ear. So that looks really rough, right? But that's okay because we are not making any adjustments on this one. This is just for practice. I'm going to zoom in a little bit closer. Hopefully that will allow me to maybe do this a little bit better. So let's draw through. I should have some backup music on, right? And, ooh, way off on that one. It took me a long time to be able to learn how to draw with the mouse. I still prefer a pencil in my hand, but it allows you to do a lot more in Illustrator, being able to fix your lines. And as you practice, you will get better at it. All right. And there is just using the pencil. So we'll come down, do it again. Because these are a lot of straight lines, you can hold down the shift, which will allow you to make perfectly straight lines. I use this constantly. So just holding down the shift, you can see that it makes a straight line. And holding the shift, it'll go up and make a straight line. Because it is hard to make straight lines. Luckily, all these little shortcuts, holding down the shift, will allow you to make those lines. And all the way down. These are some of the things that you'll learn if you do the course videos. I'm not going to go into too much detail here with it, but just want to show you that that's a little bit faster with holding down that shift, right? Stays right on those lines for you instead of having it way off like I did in the first one. But it's all practice, guys. I'm not looking for perfection here, not in the least. It's just practicing, but I do want to see that you did each one of these. I'm not going to do each one for this demo because we might be here for a while, but just continue to outline each with the pencil tool. I'm also open if you want to use and experiment with some of the other tools. If you would rather use the pen tool, for this, I'm all for it. I just want to be able to see that you can use these tools and that you're practicing each one and are able to complete that. But this page is all about the pen tool. And the pen tool is up here. Oh, one thing I want to make sure that you guys know is that right here is the fill and then the stroke. If you have this reversed, then you're not going to have an outline and you're only going to have filled in colors. So it's best to work without a fill and just the outline there. I know that was a little bit of a trick for some folks just starting out. Can't always know what's going on with your fill. But with here, now we are in the pen tool. It's here. Of course, there's other options below if you want to add anchor points, delete anchor points, or anchor point tool as well. Just gonna stick with the basic pen tool. You can just hit P to get to it as your shortcut. And it has the directions right here for you guys. Step 1, click here, click here, click here. Almost like what are that? Connect the dots. La la la, connect the dots, and boom. So just for an example that I showed you before, if then the fill comes in. So you might be making a shape and you're like, whoa, what is this line doing here? I don't understand this line. That is because you have it on a fill. So now let's go ahead and get rid of that guy, and we're just gonna delete all that. Awesome. So let's come over to this one, the curved line. Now, this is a new tool that is all new to, well, not brand new, but it's within the past couple of years. It's the curve tool. It allows you to make more curved lines. You're welcome to use the regular pen tool on this, where you would click and drag, but you are also open to experiment with the curvature tool as well. I'm gonna just stick with the pen tool because that's what it's telling me to do, but feel free to expand your knowledge and just practice. That's how it makes perfect, right? And click and drag, follow the directions, click and drag, and then probably connect it. Boom. If you want to clean it up, you can come up here to your direct select tool. It's also just A, and set up some of these anchors and fill them out a little bit. You can even just grab the line a little bit there, pull that out a little bit. Awesome, but no need to make it completely perfect because these first 2 pages are more just practice. And let's come over to this one. I am still on my pen tool, so I'm just going to click and it says hold it and drag it up to here. Boom. And number 3, I'm going to click and hold and drop it down there. 5, up and drag. 6, up, drag to 8. Very good. And here, these are a little bit different. I'm going to hit escape. As you can see where my line is still connected, it wants to come over and do this one. So I'm going to hit escape, and that will remove the line from wanting to go any further. It will stop the line at that last anchor. And let's go ahead and move on to this example. So this one we're going to click and hold and press down the shift. So click, hold down the shift and press down. And then release once you get down to number 2. And here we're going to click here and release, lift up. This time we're going to press again directly onto that anchor point that you just created and then drag it down. And then release. Come up to 5, this dot, click here, release, and then we're going to press again and pull it down. This allows us to give us corners and curves. Ooh, I did not do that right. And then here, and then here. Okay, and then come back over to 7, click and release, click again and pull down. There. All right, and that line is done. And you're going to go through each step of these. Let's just quickly move through them. Click here, drag here, click here, and slide it down. And pull up. And we're going to click and hold, pull down to 4. And while you're holding Option, pull it back up. Good. And now that we are on 6, that will pull the handle up. Now let's come over to 7. Click here, and then we'll drag it down. And then holding and release, and then holding down the Option. That will have us grab that handle and pull it up here. Let's come over, do that one more time. Drag it down, hold that Option and the anchor. Oop, did it wrong. If you're not holding on to it, then it will drag. There, now that's just the anchor, and come back over, click here, and drag down. All right, escape for that one. Try it a few times. It's good to practice. This is all to help you out, to help you be able to create lines more effectively in Illustrator. So click here, hold down the Shift. That'll give you that straight line to here. Come over and click, hold down the Shift, and release. And then from 5, we're going to come back up here for 5 and click here, hold down. Oops. I love that undo. So we'll click, release, and then holding that Shift down, and then drag to release. And now we are on 8. Click and press here to hold the Shift and drag up. Click back here on this same anchor and get that straight line across. And 11, we are going to click and release, hold down the Shift, pull it up. That will drag it there. And then 13, we come over, click, hold down Shift, and pull it down. Very good. And what do I need to do to get rid of this? To end it, escape. Good work. This one gets a little bit more difficult, but if you just follow the directions, you will have it in no time. So step number 1, click here, and we're going to drag it all the way out to here. Release. Now we come to 3, which is actually here. Click and press here. Okay. And drag it down to 4 and then release. Now 5, we're going to click here at the anchor point you created in 3 again. And from here, we're going to drag it down to 6 and release. 7, we're going to click here and drag it out to 8 and then release. Holding down the Alt Option key, click and press this anchor point again. So depending on if you're on a Mac or a PC, I'm on a Mac, so I'm going to hit Option and click here and drag it to 10. And then I'm going to release. And then from after 10, I'm going to come over to 11 and press and click there. And then where's 12? Press and release out all the way up to 12 or close to it. Doesn't have to be right on. And release, come back to 13 and press on the anchor point again. And then where do we go from there? Where's 14? And then drag it up. I don't think I grabbed it. Grab it and drag it. Oh, that wasn't it. And drag it up to 14. And then from there, we're going to come back to hold down the Alt Option key, click and press in the anchor point. And drag it out to 16. Very good. Nice. Yours may not look exactly like mine, but I want to be able to see that you have these double lines happening here, that you went back through and got through each one of these steps, guys. And then the last page is going to be the more difficult one. This one's going to be pretty time consuming because what you need to do is use any of the tools, the pen, the curvature, pencil, shape tool. You can even use the paintbrush for all I care. You do whatever you like, whatever works best for you. You are the designer, so you get to choose which tools you want to use this in. So what I'm going to start off with, I really like this curvature pen tool. I find that it's really helpful to quickly get things in, and it doesn't allow me to have to click so many times. So we're going to just come in and cut out each one of these shapes. I'm not going to do this for the whole demo because I need you to be able to, you don't want to sit and watch me do this the whole time. Oh, let's close that guy up. The way I like to do things is I usually make them and then I kind of pretty them up later. Since we have a lot of shapes here, this is a circle. I'm actually going to come back with the regular ellipse tool and use that one. Oop. There we go. Again, it does not have to be perfect, guys. This is your own creation, but we want to make sure that we try to get it as much as possible close to the shapes, because this is something that you will have to do when you are in the field. You will have to recreate graphics from vector or from raster to vector, and sometimes it takes a while. I'm not gonna lie, it takes a long time, but you just get better at it and you keep practicing and you become faster and faster over time. Okay, that shape is done. That one's not, I don't want that big of a curve. Of course, we can come back in later and clean it up. You can also, while you have the tool open, just grabbing the path itself, and you can kind of shape it now too, because that one was getting in the way. I didn't want that completely in my way. And down here. Up and up and up and up. Okay. That shape's kind of done for now. Okay, stop there. I thought that I wanted to select that. That's not what I wanted to do. I want to create a new shape right underneath here, really close to that one. I'm just quickly going through this, guys. I would love for you to spend a little bit more time to tweak it, get it to the way that you like, and try to make it look like the butterfly as much as possible. Okay. I'm going to grab a eclipse and maybe fill in some of these. You should remember how to do this from last week. Just a simple shape tool. And add another one here. Oops. Okay, turn that guy. That's not what I want. All right, come back to our eclipse tool. I want to deselect this guy and come back here. All right, so then at this point, once you have done that to the whole butterfly, and you've come in and tweaked, you want to use your direct select tool, which is which one, guys? This white one here. This will allow you to change all of your anchors. Again, I want you to watch the videos because that's where you're going to, I don't want to explain each one in this demo. This is just kind of a short demo about the video or about your assignment in general. But it'll give you full information on how to use these tools and all the other little shortcuts and things that you're going to need. But of course, what I'm requiring you is to clean these lines up a bit. We don't want, try to get it as much as possible onto the lines. Again, I'm not going to take off if it's not exactly right on the line, but I just need to see that you are trying and that you are doing your best to try to get it to look as much like the example as possible, as much as the butterfly. But it's time consuming, guys. Don't get discouraged. Just keep at it. Keep doing your best. You can definitely do this. All right, so once you have your basic shapes here, you want to start filling them with color, and we do this by filling it using our colors. And of course, color it however you like. Maybe I'll make these all maybe a blue. And like this one. Some green. You get the idea. So filling each one of those in with some color. Let's get this one more filled in with color. And then what you're going to need is to do the other part of the butterfly, the background, right? We've done all the fill-in, but now we're also going to need to put in the black part of the butterfly as well. So I'm going to create a new layer, put this one underneath that so it'll show up behind. And again, we're going to use the drawing tool. This time I'm going to actually have a fill of black. And just coming through, hold and drag to be able to get some of those curves. Move it on up. Looks like there's some bumps. Feel free to have a little bit of creative freedom with this too. This is your butterfly. You can make it how you want. Try to make it look as much like the original as you can. But I will also not take off points if you do some elaborate and detailed feathering on the ends or some extra artistic flares. I am all for it, and I encourage it because it's never fun to have your creative freedom held back. So basically that's it. You know, you can also turn off this one, and then you can see all these that need to be filled in. And we need to just fill in those with some color and do that on both sides. Okay, once you have all of it filled in, and then you have your back layer, it should look like a beautiful butterfly. And the last and final part of this assignment is this, where you write a short paragraph of 50 words or more. I recommend that you go over into Word and write it in Word or whatever writing application you have, because Illustrator does not have very good spell check on it. So you want to make sure that you do it in Word first, copy it, and then come back over into Illustrator and paste it in there first, because I don't want to see any spelling errors. Certainly don't want to have anything that's incorrect. So then you're just going to put it down here and paste it in. And basically all it is just explaining kind of how you worked with the tools, what you found easy, what you found hard, just a little bit of insight on the actual assignment, working on this butterfly, what you like, what you dislike, and how you felt about recreating the butterfly. So that's it for the demo, guys. Let me know if you have any other questions. Reach out to me at any point in time, and I'll be happy to answer your questions. Happy designing, guys. Thank you. Bye-bye.